Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. Look at him trying to calm it down. It's hilarious, hilarious.
Jim Carrey is beginning to pull back the curtain on Hollywood's darkest secrets. The ones people have whispered about for years, but rarely dared to confront out loud. The iconic actor, who famously stepped away from the chaos of Tinseltown, sat down for a startling interview with Jimmy Kimmel that left even the host visibly shaken. As Carrey spoke, revelation after revelation poured out, hinting at what really goes on once the cameras stop rolling and the spotlight fades. What he described wasn't glamorous. It was unsettling. So buckle up, because this story goes far deeper than fame, fortune, or red carpets.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
You could almost feel the tension as Jimmy Kimmel shifted uncomfortably in his chair while Jim Carrey dropped a moment that felt unavoidably revealing. It echoed what many have quietly suspected for years, that today's crop of woke comedians often operates within the same closed circle, reinforcing the same ideas and narratives. True to form, Carrey wrapped his comments in humor, using comedy as both camouflage and cushion, softening the impact while sidestepping immediate backlash. But beneath the jokes, the message landed with force. This wasn't just satire or playful banter. It felt like exposure, and everyone watching knew it, because the room changed the moment he said it.
I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, and they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things.
Jim Carrey's honesty here feels genuinely refreshing. For nearly a decade, it seemed like comedians, late-night hosts, and journalists have all been reading from the same script, repeating the same politically correct talking points on cue. What was once comedy and entertainment has slowly morphed into a lecture hall, where laughing at the wrong joke can put your career at risk. And it didn't stop with the media. And household brands eagerly joined in, proudly flaunting their woke credentials while quietly discarding common sense. From advertising campaigns to award shows, everything began to feel interchangeable, slick, hollow, and saturated with virtue signaling. That's why Carrey's willingness to break from the mold and say what so many people are already thinking stands out. In an industry suffocating under conformity, his candor feels like a rare breath of fresh air.
Look at him trying to calm it down. It's hilarious, hilarious. And, you know, and I'm sick of, hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do? Who? This thing is buzzing, hold on. They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. Hold on, I just gotta get this.
And, yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some,
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus.
Jim Carrey's honesty here feels genuinely refreshing. For nearly a decade, it seemed like comedians, late-night hosts, and journalists have all been reading from the same script, repeating the same politically correct talking points on cue. What was once comedy and entertainment has slowly morphed into a lecture hall, where laughing at the wrong joke can put your career at risk. And it didn't stop with the media. And household brands eagerly joined in, proudly flaunting their woke credentials while quietly discarding common sense. From advertising campaigns to award shows, everything began to feel interchangeable, slick, hollow, and saturated with virtue signaling. That's why Carrey's willingness to break from the mold and say what so many people are already thinking stands out. In an industry suffocating under conformity, His candor feels like a rare breath of fresh air.
Anything good?
You know, it's so beautiful. It really is, especially when I'm absent from it.
Do you feel like you're separated from the rest of the world and what's going on?
No, not separated at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You know, don't get me wrong, you know, Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore.
You might be tempted to brush all of this off as just comedy or an overblown conspiracy, but when you step back and examine the last decade, and what's unfolding right now, a clear pattern begins to emerge. It's the same pattern Jim Carrey was subtly pointing to. Hollywood functions like a finely tuned machine, one that dangles fame, money, and influence in front of its stars. In exchange, those celebrities are expected to stay in line, amplify approved narratives, and play their assigned roles. It's a trade-off: success and visibility in return for obedience and compliance. And once someone has outlived their usefulness, they quietly fade into the background, replaced by a new wave of actors, comedians, and influencers ready to carry the message forward. Carrey wasn't just telling jokes. He was exposing a cycle that repeats itself over and over again.
I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a guy.
I think we got a little taste of that just a moment ago, yeah. And does the beard have anything to do with that?
Well, here's the thing, the beard, yes. Everywhere I go, people talk about the beard. They go, what are you doing? Why are you growing a beard? Why are you growing a beard? It's like they can't really think about anything else. It's just not, you know, cohesive. There's something different about me, and it's that damn beard. And wherever I show up, it becomes the story, you know?
Right.
It's a bigger star than me at this point.
Mm-hmm. And is that good?
It has its own Twitter.
It does?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Thank God it likes me.
Fortunately, not every celebrity chose to play along with the machine. A small number saw exactly what was happening. How this carefully managed system wasn't just strangling real art and authentic entertainment, but quietly eroding the broader culture as well. Instead of selling out, they chose to draw a line. The backlash was immediate and ruthless. The same media outlets that once celebrated them flipped overnight, recasting them as villains, outsiders, or even threats for daring to step out of line. Yet despite the pressure, they didn't disappear. In many cases, they flourished beyond the system's reach. Joe Rogan built one of the largest platforms in media by refusing to censor himself. Gina Carano stood her ground even after Disney cut ties. Elon Musk openly challenges dominant narratives while reshaping entire industries. Rob Schneider continues to call out hypocrisy using his own voice and audience. Their success sends a clear message. The machine is powerful, but it isn't unbeatable.
I'm saying that it's an emotional response.
Right.
I'm not on the page.
And that's not a good idea, emotional responses. Let's use this and not this. That's why. Thank you.
Bill Maher, once celebrated as a poster child of the woke movement, eventually stepped off the bus when it veered straight into absurdity. For years, he was embraced as one of its own. But when the ideology began turning on itself, Maher chose reason over blind loyalty. In one of his sharpest critiques, he aimed his words at another late-night favorite, Stephen Colbert. Maher's message was simple but pointed. Stop relying so heavily on emotion and start engaging the intellect. Emotions, he argued, are volatile. They surge, fade, and shift with cultural trends. Rational thinking, on the other hand, remains steady, capable of cutting through chaos with clarity and consistency. This wasn't just friendly advice. It was a challenge for Colbert to rise above emotional theatrics and think critically again. And it served as a broader wake-up call, not just for Colbert, but for the entire comedy establishment.
The dismissal of a very well-known chat show host in America last night, Mr. Kimmel. Is free speech more under attack in Britain or America?
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Now that Kimmel's firing has gone public, the reaction was predictable. The usual voices rushed to frame it as an attack on free speech, with Trump cast as the convenient villain. But let's be honest, this has little to do with censorship and everything to do with relevance. For years, Kimmel functioned as a reliable cog in the late-night machine, faithfully echoing approved narratives, mocking the designated targets, and packaging politics as comedy. Alongside Stephen Colbert, he became one of late night's loudest mouthpieces, offering ideological messaging wrapped in punchlines. But the machine has never been sentimental. It uses people as long as they're effective, and discards them when they're not. As the narrative collapsed and audiences tuned out, Kimmel's utility faded with it. His exit wasn't a heroic silencing or a free speech crisis. It was a business decision in an industry that thrives on replacement. He wasn't canceled. He was phased out. That's how the system works when the game changes and the pawns are no longer needed.
Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel had zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. Is that true? That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President Donald J. Trump.
Trump's return to the White House has injected a long overdue dose of sanity into the country. For years, Democrats pushed a suffocating ideology that divided people, weakened culture, and warped common sense. Trump's unapologetic anti-woke stance isn't just resisting this slide, it's actively pulling the nation back toward reality. Meanwhile, late-night figures like Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel spent years twisting stories, ridiculing dissent, and cheerleading for their political favorites, all under the guise of comedy. They became cultural enforcers, not entertainers. But those days are ending. The stranglehold of woke propaganda is breaking, and the voices that once dictated the conversation are losing their grip. Kimmel's downfall isn't shocking. If he had enduring talent, he'd still be on the air. Television and news are businesses first, entertainment second. They demand results, ratings, relevance, and revenue. When a host stops delivering fresh material or leans on predictable takes, networks make a pragmatic choice. Cut losses and refresh the lineup. Critics will cry censorship or political witch hunt, but executives answer to viewers and advertisers, not ideology. Kimmel spent years fine-tuning scripts instead of evolving his craft, and the market eventually caught up with him. Harsh, perhaps. Fair. Absolutely. The era of cozy late-night gatekeepers is fading. Any entertainer who refuses to adapt risks becoming expendable. The media isn't a charity, it's commerce. Commerce rewards performance, not entitlement. Hollywood and the media machine are finally being exposed for what they are. Narrative factories that chew up talent and spit it out once it's no longer useful. Carrey pulled back the curtain. Maher broke ranks. And now Kimmel is paying the price for being more puppet than performer. The woke agenda is crumbling. Fame and power built on ideology are collapsing. The tide is turning, and America is waking up. That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe for more sharp political commentary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.